What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. It's time for another episode of 7 on Sunday, and today I'm going to be counting down my 7 favorite vocalists. At least at the moment. This list is definitely subject to change, but just 7 voices that I've really appreciated over time and have built up an immense love for, and I really want to share with you guys. Now keep in mind that these are all just my favorites, these are my choices, and it's not necessarily based on talent, it's definitely based on preference, and everybody is biased against everything. People like different things, and I like all different types, deliveries, male, female, all different types of voices. Maybe not Ice JJ Fish, but I think you guys can probably understand that. Just keep an open mind whenever watching this video. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Let me know about some of your favorite vocalists in the comment section down below, and keep in mind that these aren't my only favorites. These are just ones that I really selected for this video. It was really tough to narrow down, so I do hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more episodes of 7 on Sunday. Without further ado, I present to you my 7 favorite vocalists. Enjoy!
Mind strong, body strong, try to find equilibrium, head straight, screwed on, we screwed up for too long.
My first pick is GAVIN ROSSDALE. He's known for 2 different things, one being his solo career, which is a little bit softer, a little bit more introspective, I suppose, in some ways, I guess a little bit poppier. And then, of course, they do still have some very personal stuff and some very dark, deep, twisted, and even hard-hitting moments on their own discography. The band Bush is what he is known for, being their lead singer, a very, very prominent 1990s band. Their album 16 Stone was huge and one of the most important records of the 1990s in my opinion. 16 Stone really showcased what ROSSDALE was capable of with his voice. I loved it whenever ROSSDALE would team up with his now ex-wife Gwen Stefani to perform Glycerine from time to time. That's such a powerful track, and it really showcases just that kind of gravelly, grungy voice that ROSSDALE has, and he does hit those lower registers, but then Stefani would come in and with a great voice of her own really complement that, add a lot, sing the second verse on it. If you've never heard that, I would definitely recommend checking it out. But that's not just why I love ROSSDALE's voice. You see it there, you see it in more subdued places, and even on his solo stuff with tracks like Love Remains the Same. It's a little bit poppier, but at the same time, he really stands out because he comes through with that strong voice, stronger than a lot of his contemporaries in, I suppose, modern rock that crossed over to the pop airwaves. I think of bands like Daughtry that just pale in comparison whenever ROSSDALE's voice comes through on a track. Whenever I think strong voices in rock, there are several others that come to mind, like Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails, Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, Kurt Cobain of Nirvana, of course, back in the heyday. And there's so many strong voices out there that really stand out, but GAVIN has always surfaced for me, and I find them to be a band that I am drawn to mainly because of the vocals. Number 6 is Florence Welsh of Florence and the Machine. I talked recently in my 7 badass female-fronted bands 7 on Sunday about some very powerful female voices, and this is one that unfortunately got left off. That was kind of excruciating because I really do love Florence. I've been into Florence and the Machine since I believe like 2010, 2011. I heard their song Heavy in Your Arms in the outro credits. I believe it was for the Twilight movies, one of them, I'm not sure which one, but a couple of good things came out of that. I found a CeeLo Green track that I like, and obviously Florence and the Machine. I discovered their album Lungs, really love tracks like the singles, obviously Kiss with a Fist, Dog Days Are Over, which really just drew me into Florence's powerful voice. She just seems so empowered on some of these tracks, especially whenever she lets it howl, not only on this, but like on their newer record as well. How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, I believe that's the correct way that it goes. Mother is a track that really comes to mind, like the closing track on the standard edition of the record. The powerful chorus that just seems arena ready. Really much of that record was. Much more rock influenced. I love seeing her voice whenever paired up with moments like that, especially on the powering title track on that record. Obviously Mother. Delilah was a huge one. Ship to Wreck really just saw her stretching her range. Love it. Love seeing live videos. Can't wait to actually catch Florence and the Machine live. I watched a live stream of Coachella. How many times can I say live in one sentence? But in all seriousness, it was kind of mesmerizing to just watch her and how she had control over the audience, and you could just tell that these people were in awe of her, and that was truly talent right there, and I can't wait to experience that firsthand.
Don't close your eyes. Something beautiful is still alive.
Number 5 is Myles Kennedy of Alter Bridge, also known for singing on a lot of the guitarists slash formerly of Guns N' Roses, or I suppose actually currently again of Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver, slash his solo stuff features a lot of Myles Kennedy on the vocals. And that's really what reminded me of him, I suppose. I was actually really into Alter Bridge back in the day, and my buddy Troy, that was a couple of years older than me, gave me a couple of their CDs, including their debut album. I kind of reconnected with them, I believe it was my senior year of high school, with Alter Bridge 3, and really had a fire lit under me with just overwhelming love for them with their newest record, Fortress. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Their new single, Show Me Your Leader, is fantastic. I love the political edge to it, and obviously just showing the range that Myles Kennedy really has and the uniqueness of his voice. Maybe it's not the most beautiful voice to everyone, and I've heard people say that it's very grating to them, but for me, I could listen to this stuff all day. It is just flawless in my mind. And whenever I see him coming through with these shining moments like on Alter Bridge 3 and even the first few tracks on their last album, Fortress, I just get so enthralled, so hyped up, just because his voice is truly leading the way of these tracks. Yes, the guitars and the drumming and the bass work is fantastic as well, but Myles Kennedy is easily what makes Alter Bridge such a unique band.
I've been waiting a long time for this moment to come. I'm destined for anything at all.
I'm sure a lot of you guys saw my number 4 pick coming from a mile away, but obviously Green Day are my favorite band, so I love them for a reason, and Billie Joe Armstrong, the lead singer and the primary lyricist of this band, is a huge part of that. And Billie Joe's voice maybe isn't something that you would just consider beautiful, something that's just gonna win and wow all of the judges on a singing show or something like that. But the reason his voice stands out is nothing to do with that. Obviously, a lot of singers in like the punk, hard rock, maybe even pop punk community would not be considered like truly just like mind-blowing vocalists. But with Billie Joe Armstrong, for me, it's always been about the quality of the lyricism and just the way that he presents it. There's definitely shouting like early on in their career with like albums Kerplunk and some on Dookie, and he gets wild even in his later years on albums like 21st Century Breakdown. You see how he can go from reserved to just angry in just a split second.
All I wanted was you.
My number 3 pick is one that I have never failed to show praise to over the years. Hayley Williams of Paramore. She's got an incredible voice, and ladies and gentlemen, I have experienced it firsthand. The voice of an angel sent down to us from above. She sounds the same studio as she does live, and she kills it on nearly every single song on all of Paramore's records. I think she matured a whole lot between their debut All We Know Is Falling and 2007's Riot, and really even just the evolution and growth between that and Brand New Eyes in 2009, it is absolutely mind-bending. It's hard to wrap your head around that, just how good her performances are on not only that record, but obviously 2013's self-titled as well. I cannot contain my excitement because I love Paramore so much. I want to know what this new record holds. They've been in the studio with one of the original Farrow brothers, and I can't wait to see what they're recording. Obviously, Paramore's voice as a band, it's only getting stronger. Hayley, obviously, personally, getting stronger and stronger as a vocalist over time, and I truly had to give her a spot on this list. It wasn't even a question. That register and that range that she can hit, it's so powerful. She sells the emotion, especially on some of the tracks on Brand New Eyes. All I wanted, as she cries out, just it's gut-wrenching just how emotional some of these tracks get, and just how twisted and powerful and kind of sinister some of the lyrical content and the vocal approaches are on this. And obviously on the sarcastic tunes, on some of the moments at least, on Playing God, some of these lines that just cut like a dagger, and that is simply truly because of Hayley Williams.
I could find a way to see this train and run away to some fortune that I should have found by now. I'm waiting for this cough syrup to come down.
My number 2 pick is Samir Gadhia of Young the Giant fame. I can't believe this band isn't bigger than they are, and that so many people still just don't seem to know about them, even though they're promoted by a very popular label like Fueled by Ramen. These guys are excellent, and a lot of that lies within Samir's talent. Early on, I could tell with these guys that I just absolutely was drawn to them like a magnet. I had an ear for singles like Cough Syrup, originally recorded as the Jakes. The band changed their name and re-released Cough Syrup, My Body, two very, very successful singles, both charted on the Hot 100, and both are at least certified gold in the United States. Samir was just showing early on what he was going to do with his vocal talent, and I do feel like he was a bit more subdued on their last record, Mind Over Matter, but they came back with this new one, Home of the Strange, and I was truly blown away by the performances he was giving, especially on tracks like Elsewhere, and then the mesmerizing, simply beautiful track Art Exhibit. I love that one so much. And Titus Was Born, just him and an acoustic guitar kicking things off. And even on tracks like Repeat, we see that as well. His voice is just kind of enveloping. I love throwing it on in like a surround sound type setting, just where I feel like it's just me and the music, and you just really see that shine so much. And whenever you have like a vocalist like that on your hands, you know it's so special, and you want to spend a lot of time listening to and studying their music as a result of just the vocalist. And as a result of that, then you find out a lot more about the band themselves and all of the work that went into the musicianship. And whenever you have a vocalist that can make you pay attention like that, you know you're doing something right.
Oh, baby, don't you know I suffer? Oh, baby, can you hear me more? You caught me under false pretenses. How long before you let me go?
Ooh, that number 1 pick though, Matthew Bellamy of MUSE, an overpowering rock voice that can hit falsettos? Yep, that's absolutely right. This UK rock band have truly blown so many people away with their talent, not only with the bass work, which is just a huge part of their music, something that I connected with almost instantly, but Matthew Bellamy soars with that vocal range all over the place, and people will try and discredit him all day long because they don't like the lyrics or they don't like the music that goes with it. But at the heart of MUSE lies a truly talented man, a vocalist who is truly empowered behind the microphone and is just sitting in front of these arenas, selling out Wembley and all of these other huge tours. And obviously selling out arenas doesn't mean somebody is talented, but in this case, yeah, it absolutely does. It kills me that I still haven't seen MUSE live. I want to hear those pipes just pounding out through the stereo speakers all throughout and just radiating over a crowd. I can't wait to experience that. I know I'm going to someday. Please, MUSE, don't call it quits anytime soon, and don't stop making albums like you're saying you're going to. I need to hear full albums worth of material so that I can just worship the music. I hope you guys enjoyed my video on my 7 favorite vocalists. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. You can check out the entire 7 on Sunday playlist by looking at the link in the description down below. My Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of my social media is linked in the description. I hope you guys will go check it out. Stay up to date on all things ARTV. I'll see you next Sunday for another episode of 7 on Sunday, and hopefully have a few videos scattered throughout the week for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.